What is going on out there? What's up to all of my subscribers, all of my new subscribers? Really appreciate the attention. Um, YouTube essentially has been really helping me grow. Really appreciate that. You know what I mean? I took down my channel just so I could go ahead start from scratch because I wasn't getting AdSense on it. But I do plan on sticking around this time by, being much more patient this time. But I'm going to go ahead and give y'all Pisces a tarot reading uh, right now, right? And we're just going to kick back and chill. We're just going to talk about everything that y'all want to talk about. But I'm going to start to do a lot more of my videos live. And yeah, so let me go ahead and get the cards right there. They're literally behind me. So hold on a second. Uh, no. All right. All right, bet. So let's see. As you can see, I got the cards. Finally being able to use the Radiant Tarot deck the way that I want to. Let's see what kind of cards the Pisces has got. Right. It's a funny story too with these cards. I actually was trying to laminate these cards, right? Or different pack of these cards, right? But the same type. I was actually trying to laminate it and end up freaking around and and the laminating machine ended up getting caught jammed up and I ended up freaking ripping the card in half trying to wrestle with it. So I had to buy a new one. So this is a brand new pack, fresh pack that I whipped up. I got this about 2 weeks ago actually, and I've been saving it for an occasion like this one. So let's get into it for the Pisces, right? So the cards that I come up with for the Pisces are the Four of Swords, the Nine of Swords, right, Queen of Wands, right, Justice, ooh, the Hermit, okay, wow, okay, have Ten of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, the Star card, you have the Ace of Cups. It's very interesting. This is very interesting so far. The Tower, okay. Then I usually do 15. So that's what it is that we're going to go ahead and do. We're going to go ahead and do 15. The Four of Cups, the Hangman, the Devil card, the Ten of Wands, and last but not least, we have the Emperor. So what I'm seeing here for the Pisceans, the Four of Swords, Ten of Swords, the Queen of Wands. This is a situation for a lot of the Pisceans where I'm seeing how some of you Pisceans have just literally got yourselves out of a relationship. And if you were in a relationship as of late, this is the relationship, unfortunately, breaking, or fortunately, I guess, depending on the perspective, breaking apart, and the two of you deciding that the two of you really don't want to be with each other anymore. So this person is essentially slowing all the way the freak down because the two of you obviously are not together anymore. The Nine of Swords now represents, the Nine of Swords is about how a lot of you Pisces are like, now that you're not in any kind of relationship, or you, at the very least, you're not in a relationship with this particular person, what are you going to do now that you're not in a relationship with this person anymore? And then the thing is that the Nine of Swords represents how what it is that a lot of you are going to do is, I'm seeing that as of right now, right, the Nine of Swords, Queen of Wands, the Justice, this is all about how it is that you Pisces have to learn to essentially slow down a little bit, This is showing me how a lot of you Pisces may be wanting to get yourselves in a relationship a little bit too quickly. And that is the very same thing that may really be messing you up, because you may be wanting to get yourselves into a relationship so quickly, in fact, to the point where you may not have necessarily even got yourselves over the last particular person, but you're trying to run yourselves into a new relationship. So the Queen of Wands is about how it is that a lot of you Pisceans should really take your time, relax a little bit, take your time to actually be able to um, uh, smell the flowers, right? Relax. Don't necessarily get yourselves into relationships just yet. What it is that a lot of you Pisceans want to do is that a lot of you Pisceans, right, based upon the Queen of Wands, y'all want to go ahead, chill out, relax a little bit, figure out some of the things that you need to do to nurture yourself first and get over the emotional, like I said, get over the heartbreak or the emotion that you still have for the person. And then the thing is that the justice is about how if you keep playing your cards right, or if you play your cards, excuse me, if you play if you play your cards right, that's how true it is. If you play your cards right, then what's going to happen is the justice represents that if you play your cards right, you're definitely going to find the person that fits for you. But you're definitely not going to find the person that really is a fit for you if you're running around. If you're so busy running around. Hold on one second. You're not going to be. You're not going to be really you're not going to find someone if you're so busy running around, right, thinking about finding a person. You're going to have to essentially wait because there's a saying that says good things comes to those who wait. Well, the saying is actually true. And the justice card shows me that the only thing that you're going to do if you're jumping from person to person to person is you're going to end up essentially freaking yourself up because you're not going to be able to really get over the particular person. And what's going to happen is you're not going to get over the person so much to the point where you're going to end up running into a wall if you're trying to jump from person to person to person. And the thing is that the hermit, right? The hermit represents Virgo. Virgo is the complete opposite or the exact opposite, not complete opposite, but the exact opposite of Pisces. And Pisces, now, Pisces represents mystery, right? Pisces represents seemingly confusion, right? Or it can represent straight up confusion, but it also represents seemingly confusion, meaning that something that you would think isn't necessarily the most direct thing actually having purpose to it. But see, the thing about it is that the hermit represents how the purpose that you need to have needs to be a little bit more direct to you. And the hermit represents introspection. It represents thinking about, oh, by the way, leave a thumbs up. Would really appreciate it if you leave a like. If you leave a like, thank you. But the hermit represents how it is that since this is the situation, this is about the kind of introspection that you need. You need to be able. Part of the reason why it is that you're sitting back and waiting is because you need to be able to even understand yourselves better. A lot of the times, Pisces can come off confusing to other people, especially when it comes to other people themselves as well, but especially when it comes to other people, because at least you Pisceans have some sort of introspection into your own mind and your own imagination as to what um, is really real for you, but the other person has absolutely no clue sometimes, right? Leave a thumbs up, would really appreciate it. And the thing is that the Ten of Cups, right? The Ten of Cups now represents how once you learn to leave that person behind, you leave that person in the dust, right? You've essentially left that person alone. You don't have this emotional attachment to them anymore. What's going to happen here is that the Ten of Pentacles represents you will have realized that you have a lot more people waiting for you to hang out. You have a lot more people waiting for you to hang out, right? And because of that, again, you have a lot more people waiting for you to hang out. So you can kick it with multiple people if you want. just be honest with it if you're gonna date multiple people, right? And the star card now, the star card represents Aquarius, okay? But the star card and the ten, and excuse me, and the Ace of Cups represents the hopes of other people. You do have other people who do want to hang out with you and do want to get into some form of relationship with you, or in any shape, form, or fashion, in the sense that they want to know you. They want you to be in their lives. And you Pisces may actually allow them to do that. Because again, the Ten of Pentacles, you have so many people whom you can afford to let in your life, excuse me, because you have so many people who you can kick it with, right? Who you can hang out with. So the thing is that the Tower card now represents how it is that um, the Tower card now represents how a lot of you Pisces, uh, this person may even really be just, not only are they very interested in you, like I said, and they want to hang out with you any way that they essentially can, but it's also a situation for them where not only do they want to have you in their lives, but this is also a situation for you where what it is that you really want to do is you want to be able to make sure, excuse me, they want to be able to make sure that they have to have you. So if they can have you in a freaky way, so to speak, then that's what it is that they're striving for. That's what it is that they really want. They really want to be able to have you in their life, but optimally, they want to interact with you in a way where uh, it is romantically. And see, things that the Four of Cups now, the Four of Cups now represents how, since this is a situation, the Four of Cups is about how their tactic, right? One of these people's tactic is to play hard to get. Some of these people are gonna act like, they're giving you a hard time just so that they can get you to start to be a little bit emotional about them, right? Interacting with them so that you can start to chase after them, or you could start to give them attention. And then the hangman represents Pisces, right? It's the major arcana and represents Pisces, right? But what they don't seem to necessarily understand is that they're ultimately confusing themselves. And then the devil represents how they didn't even necessarily have the guts to really say anything to you, but all it is that they could have said is that, do you want to hang out or just meet up with you somewhere, right? And then the thing is that the Ten of Cups represents how, so essentially they lost their shot, and the Emperor represents the reason why they lost their shot. They lost their shot because they spent so much time trying to play all these type of games, and what it is that they really didn't take the time to understand is a lot of you Pisceans, right? Y'all are on your game, y'all are on your stuff. So because of that, a lot of y'all Pisceans don't have to be uh, so readily available to people, because a lot of you Pisceans, obviously, you're a lot more busy nowadays. A lot more things going on for you, right? I'm not necessarily even talking about only love. I'm talking about you're a lot more busy in the sense that some of your careers may be taken off, right? I'm seeing it in my own personal life. You know what I mean? Because I'm related to two Pisces. The careers taking off, right? You're getting paid more. Some of y'all may be getting a promotion on a job, right? Some of y'all may be going back to your jobs, starting your jobs, right? Because of the layoff from last year, right? If you work in an old one, or if you found a new one. Not to mention, like I said before, hold on a second. Like I said before, the Ten of Pentacles represents how it is that you have a whole roster of people lined up to continue to hang out with. So this is something that a lot of you Pisces really ought to relax now, and not don't relax too much, but relax now and enjoy yourself. If someone wants to start wilding out and trying to trick the trickster, right? Then obviously they're not going to necessarily. It's not really going to work in their favor. It's going to work against them. So let's clarify the Emperor, right? Let's clarify the Emperor. Please leave a like. Would really appreciate it if you left a thumbs up, by the way. You know? Okay, so the cards to clarify the Emperor is, I'm using the Halloween tarot, right? Is the Four of Wands, the Six of Imps, which is Six of Wands, okay? I'm just going to refer to it as that. And, excuse me, the Queen of Wands. So, yet again, there's a strong emphasis because you already have the Queen of Wands. There's a strong emphasis on continue to do you, Pisces. Stop worrying about what other people have got planned for you and start being more active. Okay? The Four of Wands and the Six of Wands represents how once you start doing that, you're gonna have people, those same individuals, acting like they're trying to get you to chase after them, right? They're gonna be the same people trying to really get at you again, beating down your door. So again, be in a rush for nothing. Be in a rush for no one. You are the master of the universe right now. All the cards are in your hands right now. There's nothing for you to fear. And see, the Four of Wands now represents, shoot, you could go ahead and just meet people just from hanging out. But when I say hanging out, I'm not even necessarily talking about going to the bar. I'm talking about you could literally be hanging out with your friends at some sort of restaurant, a legitimate restaurant, right? Not necessarily like, you could be kicking it at Applebee's or Fridays or something like this and meet someone, right? And that goes for how many of you Pisces, right? I'm not necessarily talking about one person or a few people. I'm talking about Pisces in a broad sense. Let's clarify the uh, the Devil card, right? Because what is up with this person? What kind of bad juju this person got going on? What kind of voodoo they trying to pull? The Two of Cups, the Ten of Cups, and the Hierophant. I get it. And you already have the Ten of Cups. See, this person was trying to, so they realized that they messed up. Let me show y'all the card. They realized that they messed up. They realized that they messed up with you. So what happens is, right, is that they try to dump you or try to get you hooked so that they could essentially dump you before it is that you had a chance to tell them, hey, listen, that you weren't interested in them because the way that they acted is real goofy. And then the thing is that the Hierophant represents how it is that this is a situation where the Hierophant is about um, how calm you were and you actually made the right decision. You knew that this was coming. A lot of you Pisceans knew that this person was on some nonsense because they had to change up certain aspects about their personality that's not even really them trying to portray this way, right? If they would have just stepped to you with respect and been on the cool, everything would have been okay. A lot of you Pisceans would have taken this person seriously enough to hang out with them, right? Go meet up, hang out, do something fun. But they wanted to go ahead and act like a complete goofball. Now all of a sudden, it's like they blew it. They blew it for themselves. So it's their loss. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, share the video. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate YouTube really helping out my channel and stuff like this. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Peace.